Welcome to Recycling Mama Crafts, and today we have something fun, and it could be a family project. Now, I saw on YouTube someone had made a baby toy, and they simply used an old water bottle. These are actually individual sized juice bottles. I like to use something that's got flat sides so you can see better, and using a little colored distilled water, some sand, a little glitter, and a few little animal beads, it becomes a baby toy. Now, there are variation on it. I found these alphabet beads that I've been hoarding for months and months and months, and years, and thought I'd put them to good use. So, I selected 2 of each letter, so we've got 56 beads in here. Drop those in first. Okay, and next, we're going to put in a little bit of sand, kind of give it a background. Now, we did use the sand that's for the those sand sculptures, like you put it in the little jars, like for candles and stuff, but that kind of got dusty. So, what we had to do is we took some, not cheesecloth, a little bit tighter weave cloth, and we washed it. And believe me, that won't, well, Lucy was nice enough to do that to me. Dog hair in there. Okay. Alright, now we're going to, or as Lucy's going to do that, we're going to pound sand into our bottle. Come on.
It's going, you just gotta be patient.
Guess I could use a straw for this. Okay.
This is working really good. I can see it falling to the bottom. Right there is your...
Alright, we're almost there. Okay, so we did rinse the sand off so that it takes care of the dust.
I think you'll need more sand in this because it is a bigger bottle.
Yeah, probably a good idea. So we'll do that. Put a little bit more. Now, after we washed it, we also used one of those little silicone gel things like they always throw in your box when you buy shoes or purses, and that's to help soak up the water so it doesn't get moldy. Boy, that's sopping wet. Okay, but I did leave the bag open in a place where the children are not allowed.
Like that ever stops them.
Oh yeah, you know that. Okay, something I do want to mention here that, and as with any baby toy, there's no such thing as one that's going to be completely safe. You should only allow children to play with this under adult supervision. That means someone over the age of 18, without a bad case of Alzheimer's, and who is watching the child play with the toy, not texting or complaining to the cable company about their bill, or doing everything else.
Another thing you can do if you're making it for a child that is under the age of 3, make sure you use one of the bottles with the bigger lids so that if they do manage to get it off after you glue it on there, that they won't be able to choke on it.
Well, the only thing is the beads, they can choke on those.
Yeah, but this will at least prevent part of it. That's why you glue the lid down.
Right. The important thing is glue the lid down. They can't choke on the big lid. I didn't even think of that. Okay, and then I put just a touch of the glitter in there. And now we are, oops, need to funnel for the water because we don't want it to go all over the table. Okay, now we took a gallon of distilled water and just put a few just about 2 drops of blue food coloring. And we used distilled because the bacterias, the paramecium, the little critters, has all been cooked out of it, so we won't have any funny things growing in the water later on. Okay, we're going to pour this. You don't want to fill it all the way to the top. You need to have at least a little bit of bubble space.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, because sometimes too, some of these air bubbles get caught inside the beads and they'll float to the top. But eventually the water gets in there and they sink back down. Okay. Now, we are going to use, you want to use a good waterproof glue. And I also use when I do my paper towel, here it is. Okay. Also, I use a paper towel and wipe around the top and really wipe the threads. Make sure to try to get any sand and glitter that may be stuck, not to mention any water, because you want a good dry surface to glue the lid on, because you definitely want to glue that lid on. You don't want that baby getting in there. You especially have to watch older kids with these, because they get curious or they want to play with the beads. They will take them apart. So definitely do not leave this around where, like I said, this is a great toy, but under careful supervision. And okay, come on, glue, come out of there. Okay, we ain't coming out here, so we are going to try the other glue. I think I may have had these in my stash too long. Okay. Come on now. The top's got to pierce. I'll get it. I think that did it. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I'm putting a bead of glue around the top. Like I say, make sure you're using a very aquarium cement's good. Any kind of waterproof glue that will seal, because you want this to seal really well. And I went ahead and used white glitter. I was thinking of using the silver. Darn it, darn it, darn it, darn it. Okay. Now, I'm going to put the cap on. Make sure you get the cap on straight. This particular bottle I used was a fancy water bottle. You want to use something with thicker plastic. If you can squeeze it and it crunches, it's not going to be very strong and it will spring a leak. Okay, now we're going to take that paper towel and wipe off any excess glue. And it really is best to, you can flip it over a little bit. Now the idea of this one is that you can play little word games. They can look at the letters and see if they can spell. Plus they can do the colors. And then the sea animal one for tinier children that can't spell or haven't learned to read yet. They can have fun with what the different shapes are and the colors. So this can be educational. As I said, you do want supervision, because like anything else, though, and if you've read manufacturer's instructions, you know there's no such thing as survival of the fittest. Well, that's it for Recycling Crafts.
Recycling Mama Crafts. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And recycle those bottles and have some pretty cool toys.
Bye.